Radio communication link or Friis transmission formula. Consider transmitting antenna, and receiving antenna, receiver, transmitter. Distance between transmitting antenna and receiving antenna is R. The transmitter feed power PT to a transmission of effective aperture AET. At a distance R, a receiving antenna of effective aperture AER intercepts some of the power radiated by the transmitting antenna and delivers it to receiver R. Friis transmission formula gives the power received over a radio communication link. Let the assuming that transmitter is isotropic, the power per unit area available at the receiving antenna is SR PT divided by 4 pi R square in watts. If antenna has gain GT, the power per unit area available at the receiving antenna will be increased in proportion as given by SR is equal to PT divided by 4 pi R square into GT. Now power collected by lossless matched receiving antenna of effective aperture AER is PR SR into AER. So which is equal to PR is equal to PT into GT divided by 4 pi R square into AER. The gain of the transmitting antenna can be expressed as four pi AET divided by lambda square. Substitute equation 4 in equation 3 gives PR is equal to PT to AET into AER divided by R square lambda square. This is a Friis transmission formula. where PR received power in watt, PT transmitted power in watts, AET effective aperture of transmitting antenna in meter square, AER effective aperture of receiving antenna in meter square, R is distance between transmitting and receiving antennas, lambda is wavelength in meter. We know that directivity is 4 pi AE divided by lambda square. Then AET is equal to directivity at transmitter end into lambda square divided by 4 pi, and AER is equal to directivity at receiver end into lambda square divided by 4 pi. Substituting AET and AER equations in equation 5 will give received power, which is equal to PT dt dr lambda square divided by 16 pi square r square. So this is a received power or Friis transmission formula in terms of directivity. Assuming efficiency factor K is equal to 1, then directivity is equal to gain. Therefore, received power is equal to PT GT GR lambda square divided by 16 pi square r square. So this is another formula of received power in terms of gain. And one more which we have seen in the previous slide, that is PR is equal to PT into AET AER divided by r square into lambda square. In terms of received power, in terms of effective apertures. First problem, find the number of square degrees in the solid angle on a spherical surface, that is between theta is equal to 20 degree and theta is equal to 40 degree, and between phi is equal to 30 degree and phi is equal to 70 degree. To find out the solid angle, we have the equation solid angle d omega is equal to sin theta d theta d phi. Therefore, omega is integral of sin theta d theta d phi, where phi is equal to 30 degree to 70 degree, theta is equal to 20 degree to 40 degree. Therefore, omega is equal to phi is equal to 30 degree to 70 degree integral of d phi and integral of sin theta d theta when theta is equal to 20 degree to 40 degree. Omega is equal to 70 degree minus 30 degree, and integral of sin theta is minus cos theta. (20 degree to theta from 20 degree to 40 degree. 70 minus 30 degree is equal to 40 degree minus cos theta is minus cos 40 degree minus of minus cos 20 degree, which is equal to 40 degree multiplied with the minus cos 40 degree plus cos 20 degree is 0.173. 0.173 is in radius, but the 40 is in degrees, so convert to the radians. That's why 40 multiplied with 180 into 0.173, which is equal to 0.121 radian square, which is equal to 0.121 steradian. But our question is asked that solid angle, to find out the solid angle in square degrees. That's why 0.121 multiplied with the 1 steradian is equal to 3283 square degrees, which is equal to 397 square degrees. Second problem. An antenna has a field pattern given by E of theta is equal to cos square theta for theta between 0 degree and 90 degree. Find the beam area of this pattern. Beam area is given by the equation beam area is equal to integral of the normalized power pattern over the sphere, where phi is 0 to 2 pi and theta has given that is 0 to pi by 2. We know that normalized power pattern is equal to square of electric field. Therefore, beam area is given by integral of the normalized power pattern is equal to E square theta phi. So integral of E square theta comma phi, E square of theta comma phi sin theta d theta d phi. Phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi, theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2. Therefore, beam area is equal to integral of E square of theta comma phi, which is equal to cos square theta. It's a given pattern. So, E of theta is cos square theta. Then E square is cos square theta square. Sin theta d theta d phi, where phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi and theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2, which is equal to phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi integral theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2 cos to the power 4 theta sin theta d theta d phi. Which is equal to integral of theta equal to 0 to pi by 2 cos to the power 4 theta sin theta d theta and phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi d phi. which is equal to integral of theta equal to 0 to pi by 2 cos to the power 4 theta sin theta d theta 2 pi. Is equal to beam area. Let cos theta is equal to x minus sin theta d theta is equal to dx when theta equal to 0 cos 0 equal to 1, that means x equal to 1, when theta equal to pi by 2 cos pi equal to 0, then x equal to 0. Therefore beam area is equal to 2 pi when theta equal to 0 to pi by 2 cos to the power 4 theta sin theta d theta. So substitute cos theta equal to x. So integral theta when theta is equal to 0 x is 1, when theta equal to pi by 2 x is 0. Cos theta is equal to x to the power 4 and sin theta minus sin theta d theta equal to dx, therefore minus dx. So beam area is equal to 2 pi. I can write this as 0 to 1 integral of 0 to 1 x to the power 4 dx. Now 2 pi integral of x to the power 4 is x to the power 5 divided by 5, limit 0 to 1, which is equal to 2 pi by 5. Therefore beam area is given by 1.26 steradian. Third problem, if theta hp and phi hp is equal to 66 degree, find the beam area in steradians. So theta hp is equal to phi hp, which is equal to 66 degree. We know that beam area is equal to product of theta and phi hp, theta hp and phi hp, so which is equal to 66 degree into 66 degree, which is equal to 4356 degree. We have to find out the beam area in steradians. That's why 4356 square degree is divided by 3282 square degree, which is equal to 1.33 steradian. Fourth problem. A directional antenna has a maximum electrical dimension of 50 meter and its operating frequency is 100 MHz. A field is measured at 1 kilometer from an antenna. Is it near or far field? We know that radius or boundary between the two field is 2L square divided by lambda, which is equal to, I can write as 2d square by lambda because L is dimension. The given parameters are d dimension 50 meter, frequency 100 MHz. From given frequency I can find out wavelength by the equation C by F, which is equal to C 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 100 megahertz, it's 10 to the power 8. Therefore, wavelength is 3 meter. A radius R is now 2 into D is 50 meter square divided by 3 meter, which is equal to 1.67 kilometer. Since the distance at which the field is measured at 1 kilometer, which is less than 1.6 kilometer, 1.67 kilometer, therefore I can say that it is near field. Fifth problem, what is the maximum effective aperture for a beam antenna having half power points of 30 degree and 35 degree in perpendicular planes intersecting in the beam axis? We know that effective aperture is equal to lambda square divided by beam area. Beam area is the product of half power points in theta and phi plane, which is equal to 30 degree into 35 degree. So therefore beam area is equal to 30 degree into 35 degree divided by 3283 to write in the square radians. I have to divide by square degrees, that is 3283. It's 0.3198 square radians. Therefore effective aperture is lambda square 0.3198, which is equal to 3.31 square meter. Sorry, 3.31 lambda square meter. In square meter is a unit. Sixth problem. The maximum effective aperture of an antenna was observed to be 10 square meter at a frequency of 100 megahertz. Calculate the directivity of an antenna. The directivity formula is equal to 4 pi divided by lambda square into effective aperture. Therefore, directivity, to find out the directivity, first we will write what are the given parameters. Frequency is 100 megahertz. So this I can use to find out lambda. C divided by F, which is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 100 megahertz is 10 to the power 8. Therefore, lambda is equal to 3 meters and effective aperture has given, that is 10 square meter. Therefore, directivity is equal to 4 pi, lambda square is 3 square into 10 square meter. Directivity is equal to 13.96. Find the directivity of an antenna having a radiation of 72 ohm, loss resistance of 12 ohm and a gain of 20. We know that directivity in terms of gain is G divided by K. K is equal to radiation resistance divided by radiation resistance plus loss resistance, which is equal to radiation resistance is 72 ohm, loss resistance is 12 ohm, therefore 72 plus 12, therefore K is equal to 0.857. So G has given that is 20, therefore directivity is 20 divided by 0.857, which is equal to 23.33. Eighth problem. A low frequency transmitting antenna has a radiation resistance of 0.5 ohm and total loss resistance of 2.5 ohm. If the current fed to the antenna is 100 amperes, calculate the radiated power, input power and antenna efficiency. Firstly, we will write given parameters. Radiation resistance is equal to 0.5 ohm. Loss resistance is equal to 2.5 ohm and current 100 amperes. To calculate the radiated power, PR is equal to I square RR, where I is 100 amperes, RR is 0.5. Therefore, PR is equal to 5 kilowatts. Input power expression is PI is equal to I square RR plus RL, which is equal to current 100 amperes, radiation resistance 0.5 ohm plus loss resistance 2.5 ohm, which is equal to 30 kilowatts. Antenna efficiency is equal to radiated power, that is I square RR divided by input power, that is I square RR plus RL. Then remained is RR plus RR divided by RR plus RL. Therefore, 0.5 divided by 0.5 plus 2.5. The efficiency is equal to into 100, 16.66%. What would be the area for an antenna having an aperture 2.5 lambda square meter? So AE is equal to lambda square divided by beam area. So we have to find out here area for an antenna, which is nothing but beam area is equal to lambda square by effective aperture. So beam area is equal to lambda square divided by 2.5 lambda square. Therefore, area of an antenna or beam area is 0.4 square radians, or I can say that it's steradian. The radiation resistance of an antenna is 72 ohm and total loss resistance of 8 ohm. Find the directivity if the power gain is 16. So gain is 16, RR is 72 ohm and RL is 8 ohm. And we have to find out directivity, which is equal to G divided by K. K is equal to RR divided by RR plus RL. RR is 72 ohm divided by 72 plus 8, which is equal to 0.9. Therefore, directivity is equal to G is 16, K 0.9, which is equal to 17.78. A transmitting antenna radiates 40 watts of power at 50 GHz. Calculate the radiation resistance of the antenna if it carries a uniform current of 2 amperes. Also find the efficiency of an antenna if the loss resistance is 1 ohm. First we will write given parameters. A transmitting antenna radiates 40 watts, it's PT, 40 watts of power at 50 GHz, its frequency 50 GHz. Calculate the radiation resistance of an antenna. We have to calculate RR. Now, if it carries a uniform current of 2 amperes, that means I is equal to 2 amperes, and also find the efficiency of an antenna if the loss resistance is 1 ohm. We know that transmitted power is equal to I square RR. Therefore, I is 2 amperes, 2 square RR is equal to PT is 40 watts. Therefore, RR is equal to 10 ohm. Efficiency is equal to RR divided by RR plus RL, or radiated power, ratio of the radiated power to input power. So RR and RL has given RR, just now we found out the answer is 10 ohm. So I'll substitute that 10 divided by 10 plus RL, it's 1 ohm. Therefore efficiency is into 100, 90.9%.